today's video, I will be doing the library lovers tag, and if you have been watching my channel for any length of time, you know I love the library, so let's get started. Question number 1, how often do you visit your local library? Now, this question has, the answer to this question has changed. Before I started buying so many books this year, which literally started in February of 2015 is when I really started acquiring a lot of books. I went to the library probably once a month. Actually, my library going patterns have just fluctuated over the years. When I was younger, I went once a week without fail, every single week. And then in school, a lot of elementary schools, we had in-school libraries, so I mostly utilized those. And then I would go probably like once every 4 to 5 weeks to the community library. Then in high school, I went to the library once again, probably about once a week. When I left for college, the New York libraries honestly aren't the best, the ones in the city. So I went to my school, my university library, probably about once every 2 months or so. And then there was a long period of time where I didn't visit the library. And then now recently, in the past 2 years, I've probably gone to the library and back to going about once a week. But recently, since I started buying books, I have been going once every 3 months. And I go once, I check out a whole bunch of books, and then I just keep renewing them until I've read them all. And by the time I have maxed out my renewals, it's been 3 months. So yeah, that was convoluted and roundabout way to just say right now I'm just going once every 3 months. Question number 2, are you the kind of person that checks out more books than you know you can read in the allotted time, or do you check out just the right amount of books that you know you can read in the allotted amount of time? And I am definitely the person who checks out like 20 books. Okay, like 30 books, and I know I can't read that in two to 3 weeks. So I basically am a master at renewing books, okay? I just, hope that my luck holds, and thankfully there are a lot of libraries in my community, so most of the time I usually don't have to return them right away, so I just keep pushing that renew button online until I've read them all. Question number 3, how old were you when you got your first library card? And I was introduced to the library when my family moved to the United States from Nigeria in 1997, and that was when I got my first library card. We lived in Philly, and my mom would take us to the library once a week, and I think I was about 8 years old at that point when I finally got my first card. And I actually have one of my very first library cards I ever owned, because we lived in Philly for a year and then we moved out to a small town called Oxford, further inland in Pennsylvania. And I got one of my first library cards here. Look, it has my old address on it. And it has the year. Expires June 1999. Is responsible for all use made of this card. Oxford Public Library, Oxford, Pennsylvania. It's so cute! My dad found it the other day when he was going through some old stuff, and I was just so amazed. So much history right here. Question number 4. Do you go to your library looking for a particular book, or do you just check out anything that piques your interest? And I fall somewhere in the middle. What usually starts my library trips is I have kind of a list of books in mind in my head that I want to check out. And when I go, I look for those books first. Sometimes I can find all of them, but most of the times I can only find like 1 or 2 out of that list. And then after that, I just go crazy. I browse like mad, and I just get anything that piques my interest. And to me, those are always the best times, when I find things that I didn't know that would be there or that I would be interested in reading. And I'm like, oh, it's like finding a little hidden gem. Question number 5. Do you use your library to check out just books, or do you also check out DVDs, audiobooks, etc.? I, right now, only check out books. I usually go with my mom, and she really loves to check out DVDs, and we don't really check out audiobooks. I'm not a huge audiobook reader, although I'm trying to change that. But yeah, right now I just check out straight up books. Keeping it old school. Question number 6. From which section of the library do you check out the majority of your books? And for me, I don't know. It really depends, because sometimes I just go straight to the young adult section because I'm feeling like young adult and I just browse. Sometimes I go to the children's section and I check out like old childhood favorites, or, you know, check out what's new in children's lit. Sometimes I go through just the general fiction, go to the general adult fiction section and browse. So I would say I do all of that, all of the genres, and just, you know, because when I walk into the library, I kind of have a system. I go through all the genres systematically and try to pick 1 or 2 books that piques my interest from each genre if possible. So, or each section, not genre, each section. And finally, question number 7. What is your favorite part of using your local library? And for me, despite the obvious free books, I mean taxpayer dollars, but you know, free, I just love the feeling I get when I walk into the library. And I think honestly it's really, really connected to my personal experience with libraries. And when I was a kid, the library really opened up a world of just imagination to me. It opened up the world of reading for me, of possibilities. You know, when we first moved to this country, that was my refuge. That was my safe place. That was where I went to find all the stories and adventure and romance and just everything. And I have so many good memories of walking into the library and just being blown away, seeing all these books and knowing that I could take anything I want. And as long as I had a library card, I could take it home with me and enjoy it, you know? And I still have that feeling to this day. It has carried over from my childhood and has really affected me. And I just, I love it. Just walking through the doors and looking around, I get this feeling of elation and joy and just absolute excitement and anticipation. Like, what am I going to discover today? I just love the library. I love libraries, and I'm very passionate about this. And I really think you guys go to the library, get a library card, support your local library. It's so important. I don't want to see this go away. I want to see them around for as long as we can keep them around. And that is it. That is the Library Lovers tag. And I tag anyone that wants to do it, honestly. If you visit the library and you love your library, go for it. I tag you. And I will catch you in my next video. Bye. Bye, guys.